Hi everyone, my name is Mpho Hadebe, your property investor mentor based in Durban in South Africa. So our topic today is about how you go about buying a property. Either you're a first-time buyer or you've been buying a property but you're forgotten in the process. So the first thing is you have to make sure that you decide on your funding strategy. Are you going to use the bank or are you going to buy cash? If you are buying using the bank, you have to make sure that you have a good credit score. What do I mean by the good credit score? When you're doing your credit score, it must be between 600 and 999 points. If it's within that range, and then you are considered by the bank as a low risk customer. If it's less than that, and then you are considered as a high risk person. Therefore, your interest rate might be higher. So what will then have to follow is that you have to make sure that you now go to the bond originator where you're going to be making an application to get a pre-approval certificate or bond pre-approval certificate, which will then assist you in terms of how much you can be able to the value of the or the price of the property that you can be able to purchase, and then the interest rates, so you know that upfront, so that you eliminate or avoid being embarrassed or disappointed when you now have finally find a property, but the unfortunate part is that you can't afford it. So the pre-approval certificate will assist you with those regards. So what happens is that you approach any bond originator who will assist you in terms of the application. You don't have to pay anything because they are being paid by the banks. So once you've got now your bond pre-approval certificate, and then now you need to decide on the area in which you or where you're gonna be buying or investing. Your area where you're going to be investing, you need to do some thorough investigation or research to make sure that the area where you're going to be purchasing, there is low crime, there are close proximity amenities like your public transport, hospitals, police stations, schools, and all that, depending on your strategy as to what are you going to use the property for. Are you going to use it for rentals, or are you going to use it for passive income, or are you gonna be renting it out, or are you gonna use it for flipping? And then, or either you're gonna be using it for your own. So you have to decide on that as well. And then moreover, you have to decide whether the property that you're going to buy, what type of property is it, also in terms of the bedrooms that you require. Is it gonna be a flat? Is it gonna be a freeholding? Or is it gonna be a complex? Or whichever that you desire. But you need to consider in terms of your family how many rooms there should be available in that particular property. Once we have finalized with that aspect, and then you need to make sure that you do several property inspection or viewing. You go and view properties, not just one, two, three, or 10. Once you've seen the one that you desire, and then you make sure that you sign the offer to purchase in conjunction with your estate agent, and then your estate agent will take that offer to purchase to the seller. If the seller is happy, and one thing that you have to make sure, don't worry about what the property was listed for. Just make your calculations and then you put your offer. Once you have signed your offer to purchase, and then the estate agent will take it to the seller, and then the seller will review it. If he or she is happy with it, and then they can also sign it. But if they're not happy, then they can review or open the negotiations. And then we have to now start the process of negotiations up until we can meet each other. Once you have done that, and then both parties, the seller and the buyer, have signed the offer to purchase, then you are ready to go to register the transfer of the property. So there are two processes that will follow. The other one, if you're now buying the property with the bank or buying with the cash. When you're buying with the cash, the property or the process will be shorter compared to when now you're buying using the bank, considering that maybe that property is still registered under the certain bond. If it's registered under another bond, then there are three attorneys that will be involved in there. There will be the transferring attorney, then the bank will appoint two attorneys that will register the bond, and then the other one will now cancel the existing bond. So all these processes, they will make the process to be a little bit longer. So if you are now just using cash, the process is even shorter. It can take up to a minimum of 4 to 5 weeks. But if you are now using the bank with the existing bond, that might take minimum of 2 to 4 or 6 months, depending on the complications with regards to the property. Once this process is concluded, then definitely the property will now be registered or be lodged with the deeds office, which is in your particular area. For instance, here in Durban, it will be lodged in Pietermaritzburg. Thereafter, once the lodgement process is completed, depending whether you have bought with cash or you have bought with a bank. If you have bought with cash, then you will receive your title deed. But if you have purchased with the bank, then the bank will keep the title deed up until you pay the property in full. Thereafter, you can now receive your title deed. That's it for today. Join me next week when now we look at how you can sell your property. We'll just follow the procedure that you need to follow when you are selling your property. Up until then, just subscribe to our website at the corner so that you can make sure that you follow our videos that are coming. Cheers. Bye.